Hey everybody, Patty Ann here, welcome. I feel like I need to harness my inner chi. I've had quite a morning this morning trying to get everything organized. And even my friend Rachel, who I'm going to tell you about in a little bit, was here helping me. You see, I couldn't find the freaking pillow that I'm going to show you how to make today. As a matter of fact, oh, here it is. Whoa, here it is. Here's the pillow we're going to make today. Actually, we're just going to do the inner part, which you can't see that well on the video. But it's foil quill, and it turned out so beautifully, and I'm going to show you how to do it. And by the way, in case you didn't notice, we're at the craniums again. And if you didn't see this video, you might want to check it out for Halloween. This thing glows in the dark. It's really cool, the craniums. So anyway, I'm glad y'all were here. Let me get down to the right stuff. Okay, hey Chow and Stephanie and Tammy, yahoo, you guys are here, yay. So as I said, I had to harness my inner chi. My machine was not cooperating for me for a little bit, and then I spent 15 minutes looking for this pillow that I'm going to show you how we're going to make it. I even called my husband and said, will you please come downstairs and help me find this pillow? I just had it in my hand, and I can't find it anywhere. So finally we found it. I had pinned it to my little board over there so I could take a photograph of it and add it to this thumbnail. But anyway, that was maddening. You have no idea. Scary stuff. So anyway, today we're going to make this pillow. So let me grab my chair in a little closer. And let's see. Let's get started. Now, for what I'm going to show you today, you don't really have to make the pillow. However, you probably would love to learn how to make these pillows. And my friend Rachel, she has a YouTube channel called Little Bird Quilting, and I'll have a link for it down below for you. The general link right now. She will have her video posted by this evening, and she's going to show you how to make a pillow just like this. Now imagine that this is foil stuff on here or HTV or anything like that. She's going to show you how to make this really super looking pillow. You can take the pillow form out to wash it. Of course, I don't think I'd wash it if it was foil quill, but if it's vinyl, probably heat transfer vinyl, you could definitely wash it. But she's going to show you how to make this pillow on her website today. And then she'll also, there's another one here that she had made. And then if people are interested, she'll even show you eventually, if you'd like, how to put a zipper in a, look at that, it's green, so it's, you can't really see it. But anyway, she'll show you how to put a zipper in one, in case you want to make somebody some really classy pillows for Thanksgiving or for Christmas gifts or birthday gifts, because that turns out really nice where you can take the pillow form out. Now, on mine, when I made mine yesterday, and this is green right here too, but you can't really tell. But I can show you on another camera. Hang on. All right, so here we go. Let's see if I put it over here. Now you can kind of see it. You can kind of see the foiling on it. Isn't it pretty? So she's going to show you how to make the pillow part. I'm going to show you how to do the quill for this part right here. And actually for today's, I'm going to show you how to make one that's much smaller, that's only this big. So I took the center part out because what I thought you could do with this if you wanted to was to put it on a coaster. Where did I put those? Oh yeah. I had these free pieces of wood chunk that I got that they had for free at Home Depot. And I was thinking that all we would have to do is to take this and use a hot glue gun and put it around the back like this. And then what you could do is, if you have one of these little stands, these little plastic like plate stands, after you've glued it on there, it looks real cute. You could put it right here like this. And I just think that would be super cute, like that, with some pumpkin things around it and that kind of stuff. Or the other thing is, you could make the much large version. And if you wanted to, you could put it on one of these canvases by attaching the cloth to the canvas and just stapling it around the back. And I think that would be really, really cute too. So anyway, and again, you wouldn't even have to do this out of the quill, but that is my agenda, my motive, my lesson plan for today is to go over how to use the quill, foil quill. I'm using mine in the Cameo 4. I think it's a little bit easier to use in the Cameo 3, to be honest with you, because I like the adapters that you use there better, but it works in either one. So, let's see. So I did want to tell you, if you do have any questions, type them all in caps. And I don't remember if I alerted the Nightbot that I was going live. I think so. I think he'll automatically know. And he shouldn't give you any grief if you put it all in caps anymore, because I've tamed him down just a little bit. So I'm so glad you're here. We're going to have a lot of fun. And I think you'll like making these projects. So follow me down here. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you where I got the design that I'm using. So let's go back to design. I actually went to the store, and I have a link down below for you actually. So I'll just go to that link that I have. I have a link. And when you go to the link that I have, you're going to come up to a page that looks like this. And do go to that link, because some of these things on here are free. For example, this print right here was free, which I love having the print. Whether you use a Cricut machine or a Silhouette machine, it's great to have these prints for our print and cuts. And so just double check through here, because there's some other free ones that are pretty inexpensive or cheap. Let's see, there's another free pattern. Anyway, there's a bunch of them in here if you carefully look. Here's something that's free. But anyway, once you are here, all you have to do is come up here to the magnifying glass, and you're going to type in the number, and I'll have this below for you as well. It's number, and you put in the pound sign or the number sign or the hashtag 220968. And when I put that number in there and I hit the little magnifying glass, it's going to take me right to the one that I used, and it says I own it because I did purchase it. I think it was either 75 cents or something like that. Remember, if you do use strictly Cricut, to get the SVG version in addition to the Silhouette version, it costs just a tiny bit more, but you do need the SVG to be able to use it with your Cricut. So even if you change it from whatever it is to an SVG in Silhouette Business Edition, when you purchase stuff from the design store, you do have to start with the SVG. So that means if you purchase something from the design store, it's ready, and you save it as an SVG or buy the SVG, it's ready just like that for you to use with your Cricut machine. So, alrighty, thanks, Dean. I'm glad you like the pillow. I'm real happy with it too. Uh-oh, what happened? Uh-oh, looks like you guys are gone. I'm back. I'm here. Hello. Hey, Gina. Dallas, Texas. Cool. And Yaya from California. All right. We've got quite a few of you in here. That's super. Okay. So what I would do is I would just grab this and download it to my computer. And then in Silhouette, I would just, this is my abbreviated one that I'm going to use for my small sample today. So you don't have to wait for me to foil the whole thing. Let me bring in the whole thing. So I would go back to my library, and I was organizing some of this yesterday, but I guess, let's see if I got this organized. I made a folder over here that says holidays and seasons. And if I click on that, it has a drop down. And I'm hoping I was organized enough yesterday to put in Halloween that thing I want to use. And yay, I did it. So here it is, a Jack O Lantern Man. And they call it a mandala. I guess it's not Jack O Lantern Man, it's Jack O Lantern Mandala. So anyway, I'll double click on that, and that'll bring it right in here. And look at that. That's what I use for my pillow, and I just absolutely love it. I bet you could also use it just as easily with HTV or regular vinyl if you prefer. But the first thing that I did for mine was I changed its color. Instead of it being transparent up here, I wanted to change it to a color so I could see it. I'll change it to purple. All right, so that's what I did on my pillow, this guy right here. And since my pillow is so large, let's see if I have right here what I need to show you. Well, what I bought was one of those, oh yeah, here it is. Let me show you what I got. Let's see, got to take you to this camera again. Whoopsie, this camera. Okay, so what I got was this foil here. Okay, I think I probably got it from Hobby Lobby, or maybe I ordered it online. But it is from Memory Keepers. It's the foil quill. And by the way, if you're interested in getting a foil quill, I have a super price for you down below. There's a link for it, and you can use that link and get what I think is a terrific price. But anyway, I went ahead and bought this because I knew I wanted to do something green for Halloween. And this is 12 inches by 96 inches. And boy, oh boy, I'll tell you, this stuff lasts forever. And it's, I mean, it's really cool. I just love this, especially for Christmas cards and ornaments and that kind of thing. So this is what I got. There is another brand that we've been discovering works just as well. And it's a little bit cheaper, I think. So Tammy knows about that. Maybe she can let us know about that. I have no idea what happened to you guys, but I'm sorry. I see you're all saying, I'm here, I'm back. Sorry. Anyway. Had to get a sip of my coffee. All right, let's go back here. And so now I'm back here in my Silhouette Business Edition. And as I said, today I'm going to do an abbreviated version of this so that you can see how I put this material, the fabric, on my mat, and then the foil, and then how I actually go ahead and foil it. So to do that, all I did was this. I clicked on this and right-clicked and then said ungroup. And believe it or not, that let me take out all of this middle part right here, which I love that middle part. Wouldn't that be fun for something else? Making it smaller and putting abbreviations in there. What do you call them? Monograms. There you go. Anyway, so then the other thing I noticed was when I started to pull apart this pumpkin, he comes apart in pieces. I don't know why they grouped him like that, but it's kind of weird. So I'm just going to hit Control Z on my keyboard to get him back to how he was. And okay, Spellbinders Glimmer Foil. Thanks, Tammy. All right, so I'm going to highlight all of this and make sure I grab it all, and then I'm going to group this. So then I have the two pieces that I want right here, which is just like my green one up here. But isn't this pretty too? The circle you're left with. I love that also. That would be fun to do something with. Before I try to move it, I do have to grab it all because look at all those little boxes around it. That means each one of these pieces is an individual piece that I can move wherever I want to. Well, I don't really want to move that one little dot. So I'm going to hit Control Z on my keyboard a couple times to put it back where I want it, or where it started. And I'm going to highlight everything, and by drawing a box around it, like I just hold down my mouse key, drag a box around everything, and once I'm all the way around everything, I can just right-click on it and say Group, or I could hit the Control key and a G. Well, not right then. Gotta do this. Control G. No. There we go. Control G. And they're all grouped together now, and I can move these off to the side as well. But I love these parts, the components. I wasn't as crazy about the little Jack O Lantern as I thought I would be, but I used him anyway. Tammy says she thought he was cute. So I'm going to put him right in there like that, and I'm going to group these two guys together now by right-clicking and grouping. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to do is, I was going to make him for that little coaster. So I've already cut out my fabric. The coaster measured 4 inches by 4 inches. So, no, I'm sorry, the coaster was 5 by 5. Let me double check. No, the coaster is 4 by 4, but I'm going to pretend like it's 5 by 5. I'm just going to make this thing smaller. I'm going to make it like, well, no, I think I will make it 4 inches. Sorry, you guys, I shouldn't be so wishy-washy. Let's back up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the pumpkin, this image. I'm going to come up here, lock the lock, because I want it to change proportionately. And I'm going to take the largest dimension here. So I have 6.0 something and 6.3 something. So I know 6.3 something is the larger one. So I'm going to change that and make it 4. And hit enter. And that automatically changed the width as well. So I am good just like that. The next thing that I did do was I went and cut a piece of fabric, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 inches by 6 inches. So if I want to, I can draw that in here. Start up here at the top, and I'm going to unlock this lock because I want it to be 6 inches. So I'm going to make this 6 inches, enter, by 6 inches, enter. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that up in the upper left-hand corner. So I can do that by playing with these X and Y coordinates right underneath where my mouse is right now, right here. And if this bugs you, all you have to do is go ahead and move this up here into the corner like this as best you can. But if you're one of those kind of people that likes to be really precise, you can go ahead and make the X coordinate be 0 and the Y 0. So that's just showing you where you're going to put your piece of fabric. Maybe I'll change that to black since my fabric is black. And maybe I'll change this to white so we can see it clearly when I put it on top. Okay, a little gray. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag this over. Oh, geez, it goes behind. Not a problem. All we have to do is right click and say, bring it to the front. And that's going to bring my little guy right up to the front and I can see where it goes. Okay. So I want you to look at something, and this helped me when I was figuring out where to put the stuff. I looked up here at this ruler here and notice what happens when I move. Well, I don't want to move that. Hold on. Control Z, back. Notice what happens when I move my little guy. Look at this gray part up here between the 0 and the 1. See how it's changing and it's showing where the beginning of that image is? I want my image to begin at the 1-inch mark. And this is just because I want it pretty much centered on the fabric. But the reason why I'm not just hitting the center button is I wanted to make sure I know where to put the foil on my piece. So not only do I want it 1 inch over from the left-hand side, let me move this, I want it to be 1 inch over from the down from the top. So again, if I have this guy selected, look over here on the right-hand side and watch this ruler change. And what I actually could do is I'll show you something else I could do. So there, if I bring it down, whoops, I went past 1 inch. There's at the 1 inch mark. The other thing I believe I could have done was just grab a line, a measuring thing up here in the ruler area. See that little blue line I'm dragging around? I could bring that down so it hits the 1 inch mark over here on the right. See it? The 1 inch mark, the line goes. And that's where the tippy top of my little star here is. And then I could bring another one in from the right hand side and put this at the 1 inch mark. And unfortunately that little line's in my way. It's bothering me. There we go, 1. Okay, and then I could see that my little image is matched up perfectly. Right where I want it to be. So now I'm going to show you the next part I'm going to do on my computer, and then I'm going to go over and actually put this on my mat and go ahead and foil it. So for the Cameo, what I have found for my fabric, I'm using just quilter's cotton fabric. Nothing's been done to it. I've not pre-washed it. I've not starched it. I have not done anything to it. So just as it is like this, I gotta look up my notes to make sure I'm getting the right numbers. On my, let me show you something. Where is it? I think I may have thrown it away because I was trying to declutter. But I did do a couple of tests yesterday, just with a tiny little design to see which numbers worked the best and gave me the best foil results. Unfortunately, when I was looking for that pillow, I was going crazy, so I started throwing stuff away that I knew I didn't need or didn't think I needed. Anyway, so what I'll do is I'll go to Send, and I see it's still coming up the way I want it to be. So right here, you'll notice it says Fabric Thin Cotton Print. That's what I used, and I found out that worked out perfectly for me. I also had it on the pen holder, auto sketch, and then my force, I made my force to 32 and my speed to 3. And this isn't as terrible and confusing as it may sound to some of you who have never used a Cameo machine. You get used to it really quickly, and it's a lot of fun actually to have so much control over what your machine's going to do. So I decided that that worked perfectly for me. So the next thing I would do then is just say send, but I don't want to send it yet because I don't have my mat prepared. So I'm going to see if I can bring you over here. Let's see, what can you see? All right, move some of this stuff out of the way. All right, it's a little tight quarters in here, but I think we can do it. We can actually unplug that iPad now. I think it has enough juice. So that's one wire out of our way. Okay, so here's my mat. And I have to tell you, I'm using a pretty new one, so it's really very sticky, because that seemed to work best for me. Let me move this, kind of. All right, so I've already cut my piece of fabric, and I cut it to, I believe it was 6 by 6. Let's double check. Yep, 6 by 6. So hopefully you can see. I'm going to put my fabric down here, starting at the upper left-hand corner, because remember, we made it just like that in our software. We said it was going to be at the 0, 0, 0 position. So my fabric is now at the 0, 0 position perfectly. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of this because I'm making a smaller piece. So I don't need to use that great big roll that's 12 inches wide. I can use this smaller roll that comes in the kit. And I'm going to make this about 5.5 inches wide this way. So to do that, I usually like to cut over there where I can see the numbers better, but I can count, right? So I'm going to start this right here. Can you see that? Yeah. So I'm going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5.5, a little less than 6. The reason why I'm making it a little less than 6 is I want to make sure it's not going to go over my piece of fabric onto my mat, because that'll make a mess. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so a little less than 6. I'm using a self-healing mat and one of these rotary blades, which I like to use. And just go like this, and that's perfect just like that. All right, so get some stuff out of the way. I'll bring my mat back over. And now I'm going to start to put this on here. And at first, when I first did this, I was so confused, like shiny side down, shiny side up, shiny side where? But it's the shiny side, the pretty side, the side you want to show up. So in other words, it'll be like this, because this kind of a rose gold color is the color that I want to have up. So just so I wouldn't fumble around, I already have my tape ready to go, because there's nothing worse than trying to fumble with tape in front of a live audience. Okay, so there's one side. So then all I like to do is just kind of smooth this out and go all the way over to the other side. I actually need to take my jacket off because those sleeves are getting in my way. Hang on just a sec. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's better. All right. So now I'm just going to, whoopsie. Okay, I want to put this on the edge. And then while it's on the edge, I can just use it to stretch it over a little bit. Try not to get wrinkles in it. You know, it's like not like the matter of life and death that I thought it was originally. So I'm going to just twirl this around a little bit. Hopefully you can still see. See if anybody's saying, oh, YouTube's acting up. You know, I saw a lot of YouTube people saying they were having trouble yesterday. So it must be just YouTube being persnickety. And then here's this one. So the last piece I have to put on goes down here, anywhere. It doesn't matter where you start and where you end. Okay, I am going to try to cut off these little pieces here, or certainly maybe just tape them down. There's some little straggler threads here, And I sure don't want them to get caught up in my machine. I could have cut them off to start with. Since I didn't, I'll just cover them. Okay, so this piece is now ready to go. So I already have, actually over here, I already have my quill in here, and it has been heating up. I do have the little heat protector shield underneath of it. And I have it plugged into this, I don't know, what do you call this, auxiliary power supply, because I don't want to plug it into my machine or my computer. So my husband got me this to plug it into instead. Got me the fancy schmancy one. You don't need one probably this fancy schmancy. It has a lot of outputs and stuff. Anyway, so I want to make sure that my wire's not going to get caught, so I have it up like that. Get this out of the way. So I'm ready to go ahead and put this in, and I'm going to hold my mouth just so, and hope everything works out perfectly. So all I have to do is put it under here, hit the whatever it's called, input button, and then in my coffee, I'm going to come back over here to Silhouette Studio. I have my settings. Make sure something didn't mysteriously change. You know, we are at the Cranium's house. So let's see. All I have to do is send. I've already tested this, so it better work properly. Alright, so I'm going to bring you over there so you can see what it's doing. Oh yes, Barbara, I use washi tape. I actually got a whole bunch of rolls of it pretty inexpensively. Be on the lookout for good sales of it. Let's see what else is happening here with you guys while this is doing. Barbara Bennett, hey, from the south. What? How far south, Barbara? Tammy lives in the south. I'm south. I'm North Carolina, so not as south as some. Hey, Claudia. While we're waiting for this, if you know anywhere you could share that we're doing this live now, I'd appreciate it. Even on the Foil Quill website. I think they allow posts there. This was the orange tape that I used, Barbara, and it was on sale. I think that was Hobby Lobby clearance for $1.97. Yes, there's no blade in there. For the Cameo 4, what I would need to do if I wanted to cut this when it was done, I would have to go ahead and change the quill out and put the, well, what is it doing now? Oh, I didn't realize I had a box around the whole thing. I didn't need that. Do you see, can y'all see? Let me show you this. That last thing it was doing, can you see, maybe, if I scroll way in? For some reason, I had this red box around the whole thing, and I didn't remember even putting that there or having it there. And, oh, I know why. I know why that happened. Who knows why? I know why that happened. Let's go back to my design and see. You remember in the very beginning when I put it on a piece of black cardstock? Or on a piece of black, pretending that was the fabric? I should have removed that before I went ahead and sent it. So that's why my machine was trying to also foil or cut around the edge of that. So no biggie. All right, here we go. We're ready for the reveal. Let's hope it's all good. All right, so I'm going to just bring it on out. And let's see if I can bring you guys back this way a little bit. Here we go. All right. So sometimes I like to be cheap and save my tape if I can, like that piece. So all I do is I have this table that has this plastic cutting mat on it. So I just stick it right back on there so I can reuse it again and again. I always leave a little tip hanging off the edge so it's easy to grab it up. So as I said, don't forget now this afternoon, my friend Rachel, she's already made her video. She's lucky her husband is the one who, he's a media specialist at the high school. He does her, editing of her videos. So he's editing it right now on his lunch hour probably at school. And her video will be up later. She does have a lot of videos. She does a lot of quilting. And she and I used to work at a quilt shop together. That's how we met. And we used to do a lot of embroidery and that kind of stuff. She teaches tons and tons of classes around here. So I think you'll really like her teaching style. She's very thorough. So if you're interested at all in making the pillow, you should go and see her site. And honestly, she's just starting out. So if you do go see her site, I'm sure she'd appreciate a thumbs up or a comment, or if you're into quilting and that kind of stuff, or any other sewing that you might like to do to add. Oh, she was saying she might help us learn how to make some bags onto which we can put our HTV. So we can tell her all kind of stuff. She's so talented. She'd be able to do anything. Anyway, let me show you. This turned out perfect. Oh, I'm so thrilled. Yay. I just love this. It's so cute. So again, this one could go on to my little coaster guy, and it would just be a little display on a tabletop or something like that. You know, some little mini pumpkins or something around it. I think that would be super cute. And there were some other files that I purchased actually from the design from Silhouette, just because I wanted to make something quick and easy. Sometimes it's just fun to order them. I think that would really be cute if I put it on there nicely like that and had a little stand. And actually I could have several of them, you know. Maybe one with a pumpkin in the center, another one that has the monogram or something like that. Or you could just make this into a little purse. Remember that little purse I had that was a no-sew purse? I could do something like that. And Tammy actually found a website yesterday for a no-sew pillow where you use hot glue. But I promise, if you have a sewing machine or access to one, you don't need a fancy machine at all. All it has to do is straight stitch, just straight stitch, and she'll show you, I'm hoping. It's so easy, and you'd be thrilled with the pillows that you could make. It's a lot of fun. So, does anybody have any questions? I'm not like an expert with using the quill pen. I'm just getting started with it myself, but I sure am loving it. And I love my pillow. Let me get it back up. So this is just fabric that I had left over from when I used to work at that quilt shop. We all used to like to put stripes and stuff on ours to kind of make it highlighted. I did make the back also. And oh, by the way, Rachel put a pillow form in hers. I didn't have a pillow form, so I just used that polyfill stuff and stuffed mine with this jazz. Hers would be better if it was something you were going to wash, because you know, you could take it out in one piece and wash your piece. Anyway, you like how it foiled in the stem? Okay, cool. Yeah. Thanks, Chow. Thank you, Stephanie. Yay! Yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. I really do. And it's so easy. For this piece, you know, I just cut the square, and Rachel will tell you, and then just cut some strips. And then I just cut another strip here, and she's going to show you all about this. It's easy, so easy. Do any of you sew? already? Anybody out there sew? Yeah, so Rachel, her website is called, let's see, I wonder if I could type it in here, Little Bird Quilting. I think it's on, I have it down below, a link to her general classes, but let's see if I can type it in here right now. Her name is Little Bird Quilting. Yeah. On YouTube. She also has a website, I think. But yes, she also does long arm quilting, if anybody knows what that is. She and I both did long arm quilting. Is the foil soft on the pillow? Oh yeah, you can't even feel the foil. You cannot feel a thing. And it, my friend, when Rachel came over here and dropped off those pillows she made this morning, she's like, does that rub off? I'm like, no, it doesn't rub off. It's good. It stays. Pat, you sew? Cool. Don't have a sewing machine and never had much luck. Aw. Singer machines, sometimes people do have trouble with the newer Singer machines. I have a couple really old ones and they work like champions. So if you ever see an old one, like, well, send me the picture of it first if you were to buy one, because Rachel and I know our machines. I'd tell you if it was a good deal or not. Yeah. Or can't do it. You have a machine. Oh, of course you broke needle. Hey, Chow, you know what? One time when I was younger, I was teaching my sister how to sew, and I was guiding the fabric through, and she was doing the foot pedal, and I told her, I think I told her to stop, and I thought she was going to stop, but she didn't. So she ran over my finger, and the needle went in this finger, out that side, and broke. Okay, everybody ready to gag now? That's my little sister, Jean Frieda. You know, the one who's going to have us on Wednesday. We're going to do her project. I'm pretty excited about that. I've shown y'all what her project involves. So today is a pillow, and Rachel's going to help us with that. Tomorrow, I'm not sure yet. Tammy, do we have anything up our sleeve for tomorrow yet? And then on Wednesday, this was my package I got from Jean Frieda, my sister, who's going to have us do a project once a week. We're really not going to have that much input into it. So I hope, she says, I hope it's something you like. And I thought, well, it doesn't matter. Somebody will like it if you like it. But anyway, she sent me all the supplies I need. So it's almost like I got my own mystery box, my own mystery thing. I got 4 different colors of vinyl, some wood, and some leather lace. So I'm excited to do this project on Wednesday from Jean Frieda. Alrighty. Well, does anybody have any questions about anything? Oh yeah, that was an owie for sure, Claudia. Yeah, it makes me cringe thinking about it today. I'm going to have to remind my sister about that. Yeah. All right. You tie quilts. Oh, that's sweet, Brenda. That's really cool. She ties quilts with a prayer. She does tie quilts, and with every knot she makes, she says a prayer. That's really sweet. Let's see if there's any. Your machine's so old. But Claudia, some of the old ones are much better than the newer ones, and all you have to do is go straight. Send me a picture later. Let me see which machine you have. I'd be curious. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess that's about it then. Thank you all for joining me. I hope that you all are going to join Rachel later on. And please give this video a thumbs up and share it anywhere that you're allowed or able. Because I know there's a lot of people out there that want to learn how to use their quill pen. And they'd like to see, a new use for it. At least to me it's a new use. Because I'm new at it. So, again, you have to buy the quill. Yes, the quill, I think, the set that comes like this. This is the one I recommend. I really like it a lot. It was $39. And you get 3 rolls, I think it is, of this foil that'll last you forever and ever, amen, because you just use little pieces. And you get 3 different quills. Let me show you those. You get a small one or a fine one, a medium, and a large. These are the other rolls that you get. And this is what the quills look like. There's a medium, a small, and a large, and I use the medium. And then you also get some washi tape. Let me unplug this guy so you can start cooling off. You also get that little piece that goes under just to protect your machine. Although I've had mine on all the time and it never gets warm. I heard Ken from Ken's Creation say he left his in his Cricut overnight without this thing under it and nothing happened. He was so worried when he woke up he had forgotten he had taken it or had not turned it off. And then you also get these different adapters. If you have a Silhouette 3 Cameo 3, you use the A adapter. If you have a Cricut machine, there's a C adapter. And then if you have the Cameo 4, you use the C adapter. But that's all spelled out for you in this little booklet you get. It looks just like this. It tells you all about how to use it, all the instructions. So I think it's a really good deal. Make really cute cards. Just a lot of fun. So, any other questions? Yes, it can be definitely used with the Cricut. Just the C adapter. Some people say, but that voids your warranty. But of course, know that your warranty is only for a year. And basically, all you're doing is sticking something in your pen holder. That way, you'd probably put it in this side. You're just sticking this thing in your pen holder, and rather than it being a pen, it heats up a little bit, and that's what foils it. And as long as you don't plug it into your Cricut, there's really nothing that you're doing with your Cricut. Just plug it into your computer or into an auxiliary piece like I had. I have not tried it with velvet. I'm having a feeling maybe it wouldn't work with velvet, but I could try it. Because it seems like the pile would mess it up, but I don't know. You're welcome, Barbara. Thank you for coming. Yes, you can foil on vinyl. Absolutely you can, which seems really weird, doesn't it? But yes, you can foil on vinyl. I've not tried it yet, but I've heard other people say it, and it says it in the direction booklet too, or on the Memory Keeper's website. It tells you all of the items onto which you can foil. Matter of fact, maybe I can see it right here real quick for you. Let's see if it tells really fast. Works on paper, cardstock, bookboard, vinyl, acetate, that'd be fun on acetate, vellum, leather, and wood. So it works on all of those different things. So I'm really having fun with it. I think y'all would too if you feel like investing. If you have, put it on your Christmas wish list. If your kids or anybody's looking for something to give you, it's a lot of fun. Yes, please give a thumbs up. How many thumbs up are there? One? Thanks, Claudia. You're welcome. Okay, see you guys again soon. Don't forget to watch because we might be live again tomorrow at 1 o'clock if we come up with a project. And then Wednesday we'll be doing Jean Frida's. And make sure you go check out Rachel's YouTube channel. She'll be uploading that later. And I will remind y'all on our Facebook group, just because I'm trying to give her a little bit of a help. She's just starting. She really would like to do videos. She's good. She's really good at it. But makes her nervous as, you know, to start. So anyway, thanks again. See you guys soon. Bye.